How to add live chat and a chatbot to your website in 9 easy steps. Have you been considering adding live chat to your website? Hi, I'm David Bain and welcome to another episode of the Chat Marketing Train brought to you by Mobile Monkey. Maybe you think adding live chat to your website is too hard. Maybe you think it'll result in too much work and inefficient use of your time. The solution, my friend, is to incorporate live chat functionality and a chatbot into the same widget and get everything up and running in less than 10 minutes. Here's Van Lee's thoughts on why this is the case and how to get started.
So the best way to get chat onto your website is to put what we call a chat widget. And it's basically a quick line of code that you can install on your website. And what that'll do is it'll put a chat icon at the bottom right-hand corner that customers can click on. And when they click onto it, they can chat with any agent from your website. And the other thing you could do is actually set up a bot so that the bot can respond to messages to anyone who initially chats with the page. And then the bot can transfer that conversation to a real live agent whenever it's collected the information it needs.
Great. So obviously there's lots of benefits to that, including being able to serve as a customer's needs straight away instead of waiting for a web form to go to someone and maybe get registered in some kind of CRM system. You've actually got the opportunity to chat with a customer when they're there in front of the computer, that when they want to talk to you.
Yeah, for sure. So, in today's world, customers don't really want to wait. They don't want to call and wait for hours to talk to someone. They want to talk to someone right away. And having a chat widget on your website allows you to sort of design a bot that will pre-screen the conversations. So the bot will talk to anyone who wants to chat. And then what the bot will do is it will be able to qualify and identify high valued customers. And from there, the conversation can be transferred to the right agent who can deal with it.
Wow. Okay. Great. So when someone's actually considering having live chat on their website to begin with, obviously they're thinking about perhaps being nervous of having to deal with customers, and anytime the customers want, the customer can actually reach out to them. But you're saying there that obviously you can marry that up with a bot and use a combination between live chat and using a bot. Is it quite difficult to set that up? Is it easier maybe just to go for live chat to begin with, or would you recommend just going for a combined live chat and bot to begin with? And if so, what would that look like?
Yeah, I mean, it's actually really easy to do. In Mobile Monkey, we have a very quick sort of bot builder setup where you can easily just set up a few messages that the bot will respond with. You can have buttons that customers can click, and then you can set it so that if customers click one button versus the other, that the conversation will go a certain way. So yeah, it's a 5-minute thing you can set up right away, and then as soon as you install the JavaScript on your website, you're good to go.
Great. Okay, so if someone's thinking of having live chat on their website, you definitely recommend getting a bot as part of that.
Yes, 100%.
Great stuff. And I understand Mobile Monkeys launched something recently called OmniChat, which is the best of many worlds, I guess. Can you give an overview of that?
Yeah, so our OmniChat widget is something that we've designed to solve a very common use case where traditionally customers can have either a Facebook widget on the website or just a general native web chat. With a Facebook chat widget, all conversations will be routed through Facebook. So customers can then reach out to whoever's interacting with their page via Facebook, and then they can continue the conversation later. So it's definitely a really great avenue for that. The problem is that, and some of our customers have seen this, is not all of their website visitors are on Facebook or want to log into Facebook. Some would prefer not to. Some just want to chat straight to the page. So the other solution is the native web chat, which will allow anyone to talk to the page without having to sign in to a Facebook account. And this is a great solution. This will prevent the barrier to chat, which is the problem that we see when having the Facebook widget on your website. So what we've designed is a solution that's quite unique. I don't think anyone else has this, but basically we designed a smart web chat widget, and we call it an omni chat widget. So what this widget will do is it'll detect to see if the users signed into Facebook on that browser. So if they are, then they're considered a known Facebook user, in which case we will show the Facebook widget. If they are not, then we would show the web chat widget. That way they can quickly chat with the page without having to do any deciding without having to decide that they need to sign into in order to chat into Facebook in order to chat.
Wonderful. And I'm sure, again, if someone doesn't have any kind of chat functionality on the website, they've thought about the possibility of having a click to messenger on their site, because I'm sure most business owners will have seen other websites out there with that on it. But obviously, a concern with that is what happens if you're talking to people that aren't logged into their Facebook accounts. As you say, they're in some kind of environment where they're not comfortable logging into their Facebook. So what you're presenting here is, in essence, a three-way solution. It's an ability to, if they're logged into Facebook, use that. It's if they're not logged into Facebook, then you've got another web chat bit of software in there that will default to that if they're not logged into Facebook. And obviously you've got the combination between that and also using a bot and using a live chat as options as well, all wrapped into one.
Yes, and the bot that you build for that conversation will work both for the Facebook instances and then the web chat instances. And we also make it very flexible. So if you're a business that only cares about talking to Facebook users, you can just use the Facebook widget, and or if you are a business who don't want to use Facebook widget at all and only want to use web chat 100% of the time, you could do that as well. So it's very flexible, and it's designed to meet your needs, whatever your business needs are.
Sounds great. Shall we have a look at a screen share, and maybe actually you can walk us through how a business could set something like this up?
Yeah, for sure. So here we are in Mobile Monkey. I have my test site up. We're on the home screen, but let's go to website chat in order to set up our chat widget. And under website chat, we can go straight to customer chat widgets. Here you can create one or more chat widgets and then install it onto your website. I have one created here, but I'm going to create a new one so you see what it looks like when we start out fresh. So we hit this add customer chat widget button. And what you have here is a template of the chat widget that you want. It'll be paused until you install it into your website and then activate it. But first, I'm just gonna name my chat widget, test widget. Just quickly walk through some of the settings we have. You can change the color of your plugin. So we have here this blue default, but you can change it to any color you want. So today I'm feeling a red vibe. So let's go with this nice red here. And then we can set up a greeting message. So we can do the basic, hey, hi, we're here to answer any questions you have. Or we can get a little fancy and use what we call a interactive greeting, which allows us to use the first message in our start bot. And the start bot is the actual bot dialog that we're going to set up for that website, which is going to be further on. So let me just set this here and we can come back to it. Or get to the start bot later. Some extra greeting behaviors. You can show the greeting always on desktop or mobile, or you can delay it. Just some options there. But let me jump into the start bot. So up here I had set when the user is logged out, meaning logged out of Facebook, in which case this will activate the web chat version. We're going to use the first message in our start bot as the greeting. So go ahead here and set, I'll add a greeting that makes sense. So let's do a quick question. So we'll say, hey there, use some fun emojis, the wave. Do you want 15% off your next purchase? Okay. So my advice for the greeting here is, if you want customers to start talking to your page, use something that's catchy. You can showcase a promotion. You could showcase a contest that you're doing, or whatever event is that's happening on your website in the next few days or something like that. So anything you want that would get the customer really excited and interested in chatting with your page. So here I'll just say yes. That's one of my answers. Exclamation point. Okay, what that'll do is it'll kind of catch their attention. It's gonna make sure that they want a 15% off discount, and then they'll hit yes. So I'll show you what that looks like in a little bit when we actually get it on our website. And then after that, my other advice for setting something up, especially for web chat, is when customers get onto your website, you don't know their identity the same way that you know them when you have only the Facebook widget on your website. So it's a really good idea to ask for their name. That way you can identify them for later on when the bot needs to talk to them, or when you collect them as a lead. So I would recommend asking another quick question and say, that's great, what's your name? And here, when you use this quick question widget, you can actually specify the type of answer. We have multiple selected here. When you want to have buttons that customers can click as answers, but we can actually just ask them for text. So ask a text attribute here. And then what we want to do is we want to save that response to an attribute, and by saving it to an attribute, we will be saving it as the user record and then changing the name of that customer. So here we have some special web chat only attributes. They're system attributes where you can actually ask for a name, and then once the user answer, we'll save the answer and then change the name of that customer. So I'll say full name. And then this is a really important step because once you ask for their full name, you have their name, and now you have one real lead on that came from your website that you can talk to later. And then of course, because they're coming on your website and not from Facebook, you can't message them later on Facebook. So you want to quickly ask for the email address so that you can reach out to them later. And this is a best practice that a lot of our customers use. Is first ask for a name, then they'll say, hey, can we get your email address? We already said hey there earlier, so I'm gonna remove that. Yep, can I get your email address in case we get disconnected? And then you can save the response as email. This is a special response type, and then you can save it to the email attribute. So at this point, you already have a customer that's been on your website, and if they're on Facebook, we're going to skip this question about name because this is a web chat only question, so they won't even see this because we already know their name, and then. But if they're on web chat, then we can ask for their name. And then we'll ask for the email address. The email address is great whether or not they come from Facebook or web chat. Yeah, because on Facebook, although Facebook knows the email address of that user, they won't give it to you right away unless you ask the user and then the user responds. So here we already have a lead with a name and an email. And then whatever else you want to set up the bot to respond with, you can add here with additional widgets. So you can use another question, you can use images, GIFs, more text, and attachments. So anything you want to really start that engaging conversation with that customer. And then here, moving on to the next step, we are going to set up when we want to show this widget. Maybe I only want the widget to show up on mobile or desktop. Here I'll probably do both. And then you can also select which page you want the widget to show on. So if you want to get a little fancy, you can create one widget for, say, your pricing page, another widget for your blog page, and then the bot will say different things depending on what page that customer is on. So I will leave it at on any page for now, but you can definitely get pretty advanced with that setup. Another thing I want to bring everyone back to is up here in the first section, we have this little checkbox here that specifies Mobile Monkey OmniChat enabled. What that means is this chat widget is set up to be an OmniChat widget. Like I mentioned earlier, that means that if the customer is logged into Facebook, we'll show the Facebook widget. And if the customer is logged into, if the customer is not logged into Facebook, we would show the web chat. So here you can click customize, and that will take us that will take you to our chat widget settings page, and you can change that behavior. So if your business is a business that only cares about Facebook Messenger, you can change it to that, or if you only want web chat, you can do that. I would recommend for any businesses that do work with Facebook Messenger customers and still want to kind of avoid that barrier to chat for customers who don't have a Facebook account, to always use the OmniChat selection here. So let's actually go back to that chat widget we created, this test widget here. Okay, so at this point, I'm ready. Assuming I'll have a couple more things that the bot will say, but I've already collected the information I need from the customer. So I'm ready to put this on my website. First thing I want to do here is go into this the fourth step, which is the install customer chat plugin step. And before I install anything, I want to add my website to the domain whitelist, because this is a special Facebook step. So Facebook won't show their chat widget on any domain that's not whitelisted. So you have to show intent with Facebook to tell them, hey, I really want to use your chat widget on this site. And you would just plug in whatever your website domain is here. I actually have it pre-selected here for my website, which is the Zone Members Band. But say I own google.com, I can just type in google.com and add it to the list here. But I'm not going to do that. So that's an example. And then finally, the last step is to install the code. The code is very quick, one-line JavaScript, so I can just copy it. And from here, I can go onto my website setup and plug it into the header or the body of the website. And it's just another script that loads on the website. I've gone ahead and installed that JavaScript on my website and activated the widget. So here, I should be able to see the chat widget when I got onto my website. So I'm gonna open the browser in incognito mode. That way I can see, I can clear off all the cookies I have, and just see what it looks like on web chat. So assuming that I'm not logged into Facebook right now. So I'm gonna go to my website, which is the zonemembers.band. It's my test site here. And here, you can see right here is our chat widget. Some animation to kind of make it look like someone's typing. And here's that special greeting that I set up. This is the first message in my start bot. It'll show up like sort of a quick question widget with a button. So as a customer, I can say, "Oh, look, there's a 15% off discount. I'm definitely interested, so I'm going to hit yes." And when I do that, the chat widget will start, and then the bot will start asking for my name and my and my email address, and the conversation will continue from there.
So, in terms of whether or not a business should be using live chat on their website, I think the answer is absolutely yes. And I think you've made it quite plainly clear that it's really easy to set up. That's a simple four-step process that businesses can go through to set this up. But you covered the chat widget and also Messenger as well. Why not, instead of automatically detect whether or not someone's logged into Messenger, give someone the option to choose whether they use the web chat or Messenger?
Awesome. That's a great question. So we have two reasons why we designed the chat widget this way. Um, Number one, people just don't like to choose. So imagine going to a grocery store and having to choose between five different brands of cereals. It's not. It's instinctively people don't want to choose. People just want a chat widget that they can talk to. So we took the decision making outside from the customer and into sort of the browser, so that the browser can determine what's the best chat widget to show that customer. Um, Additionally, adding another decision is adding another barrier to chat, right? It's one more decision the customer has to make before they can talk to someone. So showing just one chat widget, they can jump right in, whether on Facebook or on web chat to chat with your page is, in our opinion, the best solution for this product.
Great. Well, you've convinced me. So it sounds good. And
Mhm.
just last question I can think of is, if a lead is captured using web chat, is it still possible, or would it be possible for a business to communicate with that user using Messenger, or do they have to re-opt in somehow using Messenger as well?
So if a customer, if a website visitor comes from through web chat, you at this moment you won't be able to connect with them later unless you get their email address. That's true. Although it's not impossible to collect them as a messenger contact later. We will roll out what we call an opt-in widget, and what that opt-in widget will do is it will, later on in the flow, send them to Messenger where they can talk to your bot, or your page if there's a live agent. So it's definitely possible. The whole goal of web chat is just to sort of get someone through the door, and then what happens after they get through the door is up to you. So you ask for the email address and connect over email, or you can use our opt-in widget to get an opt-in into Messenger later, or if you're going to use our SMS product, you can get an opt-in through SMS as well from
Great.
web
Okay, so
chat.
get started with web chat just quickly and easily. As you shown, it only takes 5 to 10 minutes to actually get set up, but you can make it as complicated as you want after that. I love the fact that you demonstrated that by default you can maybe get started with having the same chat on every single page on your site, and then when you want to get more complicated, you can do things like having a different chat conversation on different pages of your site, and then obviously the flow of the conversation will depend on the content that you have on those different pages.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ways that you can set this up, and you can get as complex as or as simple as you'd like. So whatever works for your business.
Sounds great. Well, a lot of great information for people to go away and implement just now. Van, thank you so much for joining us for another episode of the Chat Marketing Train.
Thanks for having me.